Is a reflection of my Rastaman vibration. My community is precious to me. I embrace her spirit. I always write with her in mind. This is how we do it. Toxif is my neighborhood, is the place where I was raised. I deal with the dramas of the ghetto. I had a passion for poetry. I didn't really like the poetry that we studied in school, but once I left school and came across poems that I could relate to, it inspired me. And I started writing as a result of my environment and, you know, certain isms like racism, being a black person growing up in Liverpool. In the 70s, there was a lot of isms and schisms. So we were reacting to the way we were being treated.
Living in a white community makes me forget about my cultures. I used to see the vultures. Now, I haven't got the chance to say.
So words are powerful. And if you can master language, it will take you a long way. And creative writing is one way of mastering language. And it's empowering. Young people need a voice, because at the moment, young people, in a sense, are fascinated by the media. And the media dictates how they think. But I think people need to think for themselves. And the only way to think for yourself is to know yourself, to know your environment, to know where you're coming from, to know where you are, and then you know where you're going. So it's like history, the present, and the future. Well, a name is part of your identity. And as somebody of African descent, you know, my roots are African, are Ghanaian, if I'm specific. My heritage is Caribbean and my experience is British. So we know through history that a lot of people were taken from the west coast of Africa and they were taken to North America or the Caribbean. One of the first things they did was to take away their name. Because if you take somebody's name away, then they don't have an identity. Because what do you call them? So you could call them anything. Give them somebody else's name, somebody else's identity, which is what a lot of we in Britain have. Yeah, you know, Thompson, Brown, Jones, this name, that name. But you know, our names was Abuku, yes, Osu, all of these different names we had, and they mean something. Nowadays in Britain, people don't even know the meaning of their own name. But they like to call other people names and derogatory names without knowing their own names. So it's important to know who you are, because once you know who you are, then you can move forward in life. But if you're living in somebody else's identity or somebody else's shadow, then you'll be forever confused. A creator of unity. Thank you.